Bitcoin and Litecoin breakout coming. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. We're going to take a look at Litecoin and Bitcoin. This is going to be an extremely quick video. If you belong to my Discord, you know that I just recorded the video and forgot to plug in my mic, so I have to do it all over again. So this is going to be pretty quick. If you don't belong to the Discord, definitely check it out. There's a free link to it in the description below the video, along with some other free links to check out. So, yeah, check that out. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. That'll get you entered to win a free t-shirt, as we do a free t-shirt drawing on Sundays. And yeah, let's get into the charts. All right, guys, I hope you liked the new intro. Drop a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. But before I begin, I want to start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind it's still a speculative market, and don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. And then if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos, so you don't miss out on anything, as I do post videos every day. But yeah, don't forget to smash those likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think of the video, and share it if you do like it. All right, looking at Litecoin on the weekly, we're going to zoom in. It's looking pretty bullish here, guys, and I'm going to show you why. Right here, if you check, if this weekly candle, you know, continues up and we close up here, we're going to have a bullish cross of the 21 EMA crossing the 55 EMA here. It's going to be pretty bullish, and that might continue our parabolic move. So let's go into the daily, take a look at our targets, and we're going to take a look at the bearish scenario first and then the bullish scenario. But I do want to look at this real quick and just show you my higher targets and how I got them. We were looking at this as a cup and a handle with the neckline right around the $94.50 to $95 range. And if we put that to where we break out, that gets us up to the 167, guys. 167 range, guys. I do believe that's still where we're headed, in my opinion. And I also have another one drawn here from the neckline at 108. That would be this as the cup and the handle forming here. The measured move off that would get us up to the 192 area, guys. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And I don't believe we're going to have this huge correction. Obviously, the market has to correct, but I don't believe it's going to be this big, drastic, you know, crash down to crazy numbers. But anyways, let's look at the RSI in the daily. And we have this rising channel here, which right here we had like a bear trap. And we could be coming back down for one more test to the bottom and then a possible another push up, which is what I believe is going to happen. But we do have to keep in mind, if we do break down below this, obviously we're going to have a bigger correction. But I don't think it's going to be huge, so don't panic. As you can see here, I have this falling channel here. We had this falling wedge, which we broke out of, came up out of. Time is it? Okay. And then we came into a falling channel, broke out of the falling channel, right into another falling channel. And if you look, we have a rising channel here. And looks like we're popping down through it right here. But obviously, this is a 4-hour candle, and we still have time to pop back up in here. So keep an eye on that. If we don't pop back up in here, then we're going to be looking at a little bit more of a bearish scenario. So we'll take a look at the price action and see what that looks like. And it still looks good on the price action because of these trend lines I have here, which match the trend lines in the RSI. Show you this line right here to this blue line, which we're popping down out of here, but not up here. So we do have room to pop back up in this channel here. So, but we still will take a look at the bearish scenario first. I do believe it's possible we come back down to around the 82 area and test the bottom of this rising wedge we have here. If we do that, obviously I believe we'll probably continue up from there, as it'll create hidden bullish divergence right here. But not sure that we're going to break down there, but if we do, I'm looking at the 82 range. If that breaks, then we go to the even more bearish scenario, which would be down into the $65 range, which would also be the top of this falling channel, the old falling channel. And worst case scenario would be the long-term trend line right here, and that would be around the $51 range. But like I said, guys, I don't believe that's going to happen. Especially not right now. So if we break up from here, obviously my target's around that 116 area. And how I got that target is looking at this as a bull flag, and the measured move of this flagpole would be right here, gets us up to the 116 area. And if we're get up to this area, if we test the top of this around 125, which would be the top of this rising broadening wedge or ascending broadening wedge. But if that was to break up, the measured move off this wedge would get us right up to this 167 area, which would also line up with this longer term trend line I have here that I drew from these 4 touches way back here. These 4 touches, I drew this trend line, and these have been pretty effective in the past, guys. So obviously that would be a huge move up, straight up. So it's possible. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys that. And obviously then there's that 192 from the bigger cup and handle, which is still possible, still in the cards. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Same thing, look at Bitcoin in the weekly. And looks like we're going to have a bullish cross here too, which would be the 21 EMA crossing the 55. If this week ends up good, it may take another week on this one to actually cross, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go into the 1 hour, the daily, and see where we're at. All right. Looking at the daily chart. Same thing. We had this cup and handle forming here, which we did a measured move off of, which got us up to the $8,300 range. And as you know, we followed that all the way up there and obviously hit and got some resistance. Now I'm looking at this as a rising broadening wedge or ascending broadening wedge, and the measured move of where we broke out of that would get us up to that 96.22 area. And there's a possibility of coming back down and testing this line for support again and see what happens from there. But let's look at the RSI, see what's going on with that. First, in the daily RSI, had this rising channel drawn in here, which we popped down out of here. And I drew another line that's lining up with the bottom, obviously, to where we dropped there. And we may be coming down to touch this again here. Let's look in the 4 hour. All right, in the 4 hour, I have this rising wedge drawn in, or rising channel that we've had drawn in here since way back when. Had a rising wedge right here, which we popped down out of, which also there was a falling channel in there. And we came back down, tested for support, got support. Now we're coming back down, testing the top of that for support again. Question is, do we get support there, or do we drop all the way down to the bottom of this channel again? Well, let's take a look at the price action and see what that tells us. We'll look at the bearish scenario first, obviously, guys. And also, I was looking at this as an inverse head and shoulders, but that it could still play out. We'll take a look at that in a second. But I do have, as you guys can see, this channel that we've had drawn from here. We had two touches here, touch here, that made our 3 touches for the top, and then same thing down at the bottom here. So this channel's still valid for my analysis. If we're to break down past this area we're at now, the 77.50 range, if we're to break down past there, guys, we are looking at the $6,900 to $7,000 range for our target for bounce. Now, keep in mind, we could come down and test the top of this rising broadening wedge, which would get us down to, around the $6,800-$6,900 range, which is very possible, guys. Scary thing is that would form an M here, and we could fall lower. If this trend line doesn't hold here, then we're looking down to the 6,200 area. And then after that, if that doesn't hold, which I think is highly unlikely, we'd be looking down towards the $5,600, maybe even $5,000 range. Actually, no, about the $5,200 range. So that's where we're at with that. Let's look at the bullish scenario. I do believe this could still play out as an inverse head and shoulders. It's possible. And the measured move off that would be measuring the length of the head here and put it up to where we would break out. And that gets us right to the same area, $9,600 to $9,700 range. Now, the other measured move off that is measuring, just like we did measuring the breakout of this channel here. We'll do a breakout above the channel with the measured move, and that's around the 9,250 range. So, but obviously the top of this channel is most likely going to give us some resistance, if not a rejection, and come back down. But looking at the 8,500 to 8,550 range to touch the top of that channel. So we'll be finding out pretty soon here. Obviously, we're getting support on the bottom of this channel now, but if that does break, like I said, we're looking at these lower areas. We do have the 55 EMA in here, which would be around the $7,600 range. So that's another possibility for support, but I'm still thinking that we're going to come up for another push up here and try to break this 8,500. So that's where I'm at with that, guys. And if you're, like I said, if you're new here and you like the content, definitely share it. And also click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post every day. Smash those likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think, guys, and also let me know what you think of the new intro. Appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow.